First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. As you can see, a lot of my videos start like that. It's important for me to be thankful for the fact that I'm not a perp in regard of this program. I could have lived life like this low life bottom feeders that just are the participant in the program led by governmental entities. Tiger Vigil, I just want to start off by saying that I know as a target individual what is happening to us is bigger than what is presented to us. We're clearly a human subject being utilized by this governmental entity. This, for me specifically, I deal with obviously the gang stalking, the gang mob, the mobbing, where the community mobbing, when there's some random clowns around you acting in these theatric ways. Those are the clowns the government utilize. They are nothings, right? And I also deal with the directed energy. They attack the brain and the body and damage your body and does all these things. And also dealing with V2K and synthetic telepathy that is destroying the human subject in regard, in me especially. For example, right now I'm speaking, it's getting hard. They're just attacking my brain, right? This is my second attempt at making this video. But it's gonna be the same video, so I don't care if I'm not as articulate as I used to be, because everything I said have been said many times, and I make sure to say that all the time. So when I face these clowns, because these clowns, this ecosystem of bottom feeders, they are committed to maintain this idiocy. Their job is to implant this stupidity and make me subscribe to that, and there is gonna be a disconnect that is gonna be major. They're using V2K and synthetic telepathy to slip V2K and telepathy. I'm forgetting the words. They try to make it hard for me to speak. Synthetic telepathy, and you can see it's getting hard for me to get the word. This is them playing my brain, which is the technology that you heard others talking about, right? You heard about Steve Marlowe losing his mind and causing mass shooting, right? Killing next door neighbors, inclusive of a 15-year-old girl, a 41-year-old mother, 82-year-old man, and 78-year-old woman. Those are the neighbors who believed were participating in that. For me, the same case. There's a lot of neighbors participating in this. As you're being manipulated, their job is to make you identify with this manipulation. Right now, I'm hearing some clowns who sounds like they're neighbors. I don't know if they are neighbors, but a lot of them are participants who are neighbors, right? They will move around you, or they're already there and they participate. And every time they manipulate me in this way, it's like, oh, you're not. And they use for me. In a lot of cases, it's weird that this Steve Marlowe ended up killing a 15-year-old who we believe was really participant. For me, there's a lot of teenager participating that they're the worst in regard of like in regard of like the theatrics. They're so bad. It's so obvious. It's like, imagine being trolled by like a high schooler who's bad at it. It's like, yeah, you're not, huh? You're not what we're saying, because they manipulate me in this degrading way, which you've heard many videos. You'll see many videos of the same things. I'll always do that. I'll always put that, because they want me to internalize that. Their job is to make me identify, internalize this thing. Their job is to make me think that I'm not being manipulated the way they manipulate others. But for me, I should be thinking in different ways. And they use this idiocy of rationality, a retardation that's supreme, and they will commit to that retardation. First, I know that this program as target individual, unfortunately, there's men, there's women, and also children. Children are dying and suffering this program. So you know very well that what this is not anything that protects children. It's the opposite, because children are suffering this program. They're being utilized as test subject. You know, it's funny because this is my second attempt. And they're trying to make me feel like, yeah, you're going to rot in hell for what you did as a child. And I'm like, this guy is such a clown, because I know who's talking to me is involved in something that kills children, that tortures children. So he thought his theatrics is going to sound like, oh, you're making me pay, when this clown is literally involved in something where children are suffering and getting utilized as test subjects, being hit with direct energy that caused them to have seizures and all kind of stuff, disturbing things happen to them. But he thought that he can be so theatric. That's the fact that they're involved in something that are here destroying the life of children was going to be negated. And that's why they utilize this idiocy around you, who think that you're not going to have that access when you face them. They think that if they can over and over override this, you're gonna forget that. And that's where the issue is gonna be, and that's where we're gonna collide in ways that's different. So as they manipulate me, the reason why I say thank you, God, is it is bizarre. Listen, you clearly, when you see them, as when you see some of the perps, you clearly understand you are nothing in this whole thing. Your job, you're clearly here to make me a mentally retarded human being. You clearly know that when you see that, it's like you are clearly some childlike clown who's using your childishness to try to make me think like a mental retard. What I mean by mental retard. In this program, when you deal with synthetic telepathy and V2K, your mind is controlled. That means that they make you experience what they want you to experience. It's controlled, it's designed. If you experience something, it's that they create that experience. They want you to think that how they make you experience things, which for me started on August 19, 2019. Since then, it's been a consistent, non-stop, disturbing manipulation happening to me. You've seen so many of my videos. I've been bringing that day, August 19, 2019. That's when I started dealing with V2K and synthetic telepathy in the way that they continuously utilize today. So when they control your mind to have you experience these disgusting experiences, they utilize these clowns that wants you to identify with this. And they act like you just observe something that they didn't control or desire to be experienced in this way. And they're committed in keeping this character. They committed to dumb you down to internalize this. At one point, they were even doing that in my face. Now, things are getting so drastic and so critical that in the second I see somebody try to gaslight me as they manipulate my brain this way, like Steve Marlowe, like Aaron Alexis, a stage of rationality is coming up. So now things are being dangerous. Because I will never let them leave the fantasy that I don't know what they're doing is manipulating my brain. And when we face that, when I face this low life, they'll face somebody that know that this trash are involved in the way they're attacking my mind. And some have killed even 15-year-old execution style and pre-recorded videos saying, I'm going to do that because I'm tired of being a victim of mind control. Then go forward and kills point blank a 15-year-old with no remorse, even though he's not a cold-blooded killer. He even said it after getting interviewed by the cops. It was an easy decision. It was an easy decision. In his pre-recorded video, he says, I can die. I can die to expose this thing for what it is. And to you, target individual, know that your thoughts are being controlled by these people. He even leaves a message for other target individuals saying, target individual, know that your brain is being manipulated. So when I see these little fucking retards come in the idiocy committed that they in their retardation, I've been making video before this Steve model saying the same thing. I see some tantrum teenage retard coming and trying to like, you're not, huh? You're not that, huh? To try to bait me into having this back and forth because no, I will never be me. And what you make me experience today. Now I'm what you make me experience, and you want me to experience these disgusting things toward these babies, and like, oh, you're a pedophile. And then when they're like, oh, you're not then? Trash us. They force target individual to have these disgusting things, and that's why so many have lost their mind. As a target individual, for me, like I said, I deal with the V2K, synthetic telepathy, and the damage of my body. My body is being damaged. Sometimes they damage my body and fix the damage they create themselves. A few hours ago, I was in pain in my stomach, my guts area. I wake up, this is gone. So they clearly utilize human beings like that. Then they attack the mind. So you get in a state of thinking that this is this disgusting thing. They want you to see yourself in this negative way, when in truth it's like, I'm going to face these people for what they truly are part of, and for what they're doing to my brain and what they're doing to my body, but what they're part of this program, and what they're part of, what program they're part of, which consists of harming even babies. This is not just happening to men, not just even women, even children. This trash next door is commonly heard. That's why this man killed a 15-year-old. It's commonly heard that teenage trash are participating, and they're very committed. They have nothing in their life. What else are they gonna do? Oh my gosh. Have you seen a committed teenager thinking that she's some kind of like event? And can you imagine this level of sophistication and then involving teenagers to being part of it? You're gonna deal with some fucking retards who think they're gods. They don't even know that they will let me kill you easily, because this man was prepping this for months in advance, writing a whole manifesto, making pre-recorded videos saying, I'm gonna execute who I believe participate in that. In the video he pre-recorded and went ahead and did it, and nobody stopped him. You think they didn't know what this was going to happen? It's funny, a while ago they were talking about Portugal, and sometimes they tell me about things that are going to happen, because this is clearly a global program led by governmental entities. This trash want to be mystified, but they want me to find them mystic. It's like, trash, don't worry, you're involved in a program that's so advanced, but you're just a nothing. You're bottom feeder in this whole thing. You can't even tell what's going to happen to you. You just happen to be involved in the program where they allow any retard like you and impressive shit like you be involved in them to partake in this, because they need the ecosystem of clowns like you. So they can tell me what they're going to hear, but they can't tell me anything about what's going to happen to them. It's amazing. Things that should matter for them, nope. So the same Portuguese and something. Then I heard somebody, some mass shooter, not mass shooter, somebody killed 3 people, and it was like different states. And the guy, I think, he killed an MIT professor who shot at him, something like that. And like, you see, and I'm like, so you tell me that this man, Steve Marlowe, who pre-recorded a video saying he's gonna do this execution, he wrote a whole manifesto, prepped everything. I think he bought a gun in Memphis or some place like that. All of that set up like that. That means, and that means that they clearly, and I, of course, I know it's true, they clearly know that he was going to go ahead and do that. In this program, Target Measure, they will let you crash out on this nobodies that was around you, participate in that. They actually want that kind of things, because for them, it helps them wrap up this thing. Now you're discredited. Now, Target Vigil are discredited. They say, oh, Target Vigil, they're going to lose their mind. They're just crazy. You see, they end up killing 15-year-old next-door neighbors. So for me, when I say these clowns like, trash, I know you're nothing. But please understand, when we face each other, you're going to be confronted the right way, not in your fantasized way. They let this man kill after pre-recording. Who knows how long before. But before that, he had, months before, apparently, he had like manifestos. Then pre-record a whole video, say, I'm about to execute who I believe. He killed point blank a 15-year-old neighbor. Oh, by the way, he then left. He didn't get killed, by the way. He killed these neighbors. Then they were trying to looking for him for a while. So my point was, like, you are nothing. I know what you're involved in is very advanced, and that's what I think it also makes it hard for Target Video to grasp the reality of what this is. As I'm saying, they try to do, because for me, for example, you understand that this is a level you are being, your brain is being manipulated. But who participate in that? They are some of the most unoppressive people. They're like teenage trash with tantrum. They come and they get like, yeah, nah, it's you. They're like some retards. Idiocy at a level that you like, that those that are just annoying almost. And you're like, this retardation is involved in this sophistication. And it makes it hard for you to grasp the level of technological aspect we're talking about. But that's by design. By the way, they tell me, and this is where things are going to go left. You can tell that I'm not somebody who is You can read the room, but just listen to my videos. Doesn't take a while to see that where it would go if these clowns will come in front of me and do their things in front of me. But let me just tell you how escalated this thing is. They're telling me they're gonna frame me with this teenage trash. You can tell what will happen if this teenage trash will present themselves and behave and method act this frame that they have set up. These clowns think that there'll be a chance where I will allow them to perform this frame in front of me. It will be so bad what will happen. And they think that I'm just saying that just to say that. It's okay. For me, they utilize these clowns for a reason. I've seen what Steve Marlowe did. I understand. But they are, if they have missed the room at that level and think I'm going to be passive, it's going to be so bad. I will not hesitate to lash out if these perps try to play their thing in front of me. I will not hesitate if one of these clowns and this teenage trash, that because they're too childlike, they think that people don't react a certain way when you behave this way. I don't know, some of these participants in this are exciting this childlike individual who thinks that people will do nothing when you behave this way. To those watching, you will see the obviousness. I think with me is because they know I'm not somebody who's aggressive by nature, right? I don't want to be aggressive. I don't want to be confrontational. So they expect me to maintain a decency. But this is not a decent time. Steve Marlowe did this, made a whole video, said target individual understand this. These clowns think that first of all they can be gaslighting me to internalize this manipulation and then behave this way with attention. It's gonna be a problem. Now, I know that a lot of them, they don't even want to read this room, but it's okay. I say this in advance because I don't want to go ahead and do that. But I will have to do it if they do that in front of me. It will not be a question. I will have to crash out. I'll have to understand this is my time to do what needs to be done. And there will be no question, no matter who is the quote-unquote fake victim, the one that is going to play the rape victim or whatever victimization that they have set up in regard to frame. I don't care. I don't care. I will crash out the way you crash out when somebody is going to pretend. And first of all, I've already have, so even right now, even them gaslighting could be a problem. So they do that to another level is a problem. Now, the manipulation I'm forced to experience are degrading. You've seen so many videos. And they utilize these clowns around you that you already have rage enough because they thought that this idiocy that they are working day in and day out to put in your brain will be internalized and subscribed to. If I put so much effort every day to put that in videos, it's because I want to reinforce reality over and over. I know it's draining, but what else am I going to do? They are damaging my body to the point where my life is just destroyed. I want to, my last days, I will continuously bring reality over and over and over, and it works. It works. I just don't see it. It works. When I go outside, that's when I feel, okay, I've been prepping myself like that. Mentally, I'm being stronger and stronger and stronger. I know they can flip my brain however they want. And it's going to go there. I've accepted. They can manipulate my brain, and there's nothing I can do how to make me experience. They're going to make me have stimulation, sensation, memory manipulation, all the time. That's the reality that I've accepted. They're doing that to me. I can do nothing about it. That's the reality of being a target individual. They hooked me to this technology, to this program, to this device that can alter my brain. Now, all I have to be is I have to be strong and endure with this manipulation as what it is. I've accepted I don't have no control over my own brain. I know I don't have no longer no real free will. That's the reality. It's a hard, harsh reality to accept, but that's the reality we're in as target individual. That's what this man ended up killing. A 15-year-old with no sympathy, no remorse. He even did it. It's like, I do that for my niece and nephew, where they hopefully will live a life where no mind control is happening. I've accepted the reality of what it is. I know myself, I will never internalize this. That's one thing. That's my endurance now. It's about never internalize this manipulation till the end. That's all I have now, is to be strong enough till the end to never internalize this. Not physically strong, I can do that, but mentally strong to know it's like you're no longer yourself. They will make you have these experiences, and then they'll send this fucking trash that are nothing in life. That this is their pride. Gaslighting somebody to internalize the nasty things that they know to be doing is their pride. They're nothing. Just be thankful you're not one of this trash. They make me have this typical nasty manipulation. You've seen the video I just dropped. It's disgusting. When they make me have these experiences, they have these clowns that have no shame how they try to make me internalize this. They're like, no, we're reminding you, trash us. And they use this trash. And it won't make sense of like, no, this is just reminding. You know what they try to say? That what they're doing. For example, what you saw where you see middle schooler boys, and next to Drosky, which is the last, I'm describing the picture in the video of what I made yesterday. I want to always put reality in their faces and also stay strong. Just like, this is what you think I'm going to subscribe to? Come. Put that in their faces. Like, you think I'm going to subscribe to this? Delusional fuckers. They think I'm trying to paint the pictures. No, I'm going to put the stupidity in their faces. Like, come and gaslight me. Come. Fucking clowns. Come and gaslight me when you see the stupidity that you try to make me subscribe to. So you see a picture of some middle school kids, 8th grader, children. And then you see like a grown man. When they make me experience this, they're like, no, we're reminding you when you were that age. And wanting me to be subscribing this stupidity, and they're there committed to the fucking retardation. I'm like, bring the fucking retards. For the soul of Steve Marlowe, who ended up killing a 15-year-old, and if you think I'm gonna let you make me this retarded? Do your honking and your fucking theatrics. Do you think that something like that can be subscribed to? This trash to the pedophilia type of torture. The reason why they wanted me to think in this way is because they want me to think that they don't do the pedophilia type of torture, but they're making me think like the way I used to think when I was a child. These fuckers delusional. If they will ever let them leave, I will never let them think that this retardation, and I'll put the retardation in their faces like clowns. You see this fucking retardation? You think I don't know the people who do the pedophilia type of torture will do that, but they are here making me think that I'm thinking like a child. And the reason why they do that is because when I was the age of these children that you see, that the little 13, 14-year-old kid, I did this dumb thing to myself that they try to exaggerate, where they have rage, like, oh, pay. These fuckers are involved in a program that kills children. These fuckers are involved in a program that harm children. And they, first of all, try to make me subscribe to their experiences, to make me think, oh, no, bro, remember what you did when you were in middle school? A person who's in their almost 40s. Well, these fuckers are actually something that torture children. And they use this condescending, tantrum-like, teenage-like, feminist, fake-ass trash to implant this idiocy in my brain. They hate race so much. Fucking low-life retard. They thought that their little gimmicks of hatred was going to make me subscribe to this fucking retardation, when in truth is they designed the brain to experience that. They thought the theatrics was just so much passion. We're making you a child. Ugh. What's going to override reality? They have these clowns around you. They're like, yeah, die for it. These fuckers kill children for it. Torture children for it. And they send the fucking clowns who think they're gonna be gaming like that for. You are suffocating children for, you fucking low life. You try to negate even that. Then they send the little loser who think I'm gonna. I promise you on the soul of all these children, all these men and women who suffer in this program, I'm not gonna subscribe to the fucking retardation. No matter how stupid you're playing, you facilitate evil is gonna be shown in your face. And I swear to God, the second they try to gaslight me and let them think I'm gonna let them live this fantasy where they're these people protecting children, where they're here frying the genitals of children. Never. Talking video stay strong. There, yesterday, you'll see a video. There was like a little baby of what's his name, Kobe Bryant. When the baby was like a little baby, like an infant, maybe like 6 months old. Adorable baby. Start stimulating me intensely. Then there was like the older kids, not even older, like a 4 or 5 bunch of dogs stimulating me. It's like, oh, 4 or 5 mapped it. Remember what you did as a kid? It's like trash. I'm a grown adult man, and I'll never internalize any of this nasty manipulation. And earlier they were doing that to a dog. I'm not gonna shoot a real dog, but you'll see they make me have the same stimulation they make me have toward these babies, this nasty manipulation toward these babies. Then they do that to our dogs, little puppies. It's almost the same experience that they make me experience. The way they manipulate me toward having this experience toward these babies, they make me have toward puppies. Then there's a background and ad with this like little black girl, like, oh, see, that feels real. It's like, no, that feels like you manipulate my brain to experience these nasty things. It's like, no, but does it not feel like what you experienced when you were a kid? Clown ass. It feels like you're playing my brain to make me experience that. And by the way, what they're saying, they even manipulate my memories as me as a child to make me think that that's what I experienced when I was a child. But the stupidity of it all, to think that I will internalize something that they're saying that I'm being reminded of how I experienced things when I was a child, and then send a fucking retard to try to gaslight me into this stupidity. Thank you, God. That's why I'm so thankful that I could be a participant of this idiocy. Because it doesn't take much to be involved in what they do. I will never let them live their fantasy. This low life bottom feeders. And I love the fact there's so much things going against it. This program is led by governmental entities. Please understand, target video is not some sorcery and some this. They've been developing technology that can manipulate the behavior of the human mind since the 60s. It's not some next door clowns behind this thing. They're just participants. These DARPA entities have been working on this for years, able to do so much already in the 60s and 70s. And that's how they manipulate your brain. They are manipulating your brain to have these experiences. Now, obviously, what they were able to do in the 60s compared to today has drastically improved, It drastically evolved to another level of manipulation. And these governmental entities are behind this. Same governmental entities were in 2019 a bill called S1413 and National Defense Network Abuse Act, consisting of stopping DoD employees from downloading child porn using computer given to them by the government, was introduced because so much child porn was being downloaded using governmental computers. This is a real bill introduced in 2019. S1413 is real. This is not some Pizzagate kind of thing. It's real. You have these fuckers, these entities behind this program, contracting the losers of the losers who are supposed to recreate reality in this way, who do the same tactics because the pedophile type of torture is something they do to others. They attack the mind in this way. This is, I guess, the 21st century weapon system that can attack your body and your mind remotely. And they use these losers who are supposed to be sounding mystic for like, yeah, no, we're gonna shut up. Because I deal with V2K, voice to skull, where they project their voices, another old technology, by the way, where they're projecting their voice into my head. And when they talk, they try to sound eerie. Yeah, now you'll try, now this and that. Trash. To all these participants, I will not let you live your fantasy. You are manipulating my brain, and they try to call it mining. They manipulate my brain, changing my brain, redesigning my brain to experience the experience that you make me experience today. your retardation that what you're doing in your mind. You felt like that when you were a kid. So we take what we minded, implant in your brain as stupidity. If what I'm saying, people, retards are there to push the idiocy in your brain. You mind your brain. Let me mind your brain and stupidity. They manipulate the brain. And then have clowns to be like, no, but what we do when we manipulate, we are controlling what's in your brain to make it be. They're making you have the design experiences that they have designed for you to experience, and it's supposed to be degrading. They will have you have these experiences, the stimulation, the sensation, and thought process. However, they try to make you accepting of that. Target me joke. Fuck them. Do not listen to this trash. They're low life bottom feeders that are just trash. They are changing who you are as a person and wanting you to accept these changes. They utilize clowns of all ages, of all gender. Neighbors, take low life in their pajamas, try to gaslight you into accepting this. Because they're changing you from who you really are. And they want you to internalize this manipulation as if you're not being manipulated in this design way.